My name is Dan Francis. I am an entrepreneur living in Lake Ozark, Missouri, and I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and most of all, I'm a husband and father to two daughters, both 3 and 9. I'm a victim of judicial corruption, law enforcement corruption, and legal corruptions. In August of 2008, I had 120 employees. Overnight, with the state of the economy, my business just collapsed. In less than a week, I only had 10 employees. Due to the loss of bank credit and vendor credit with the bank failures, the local prosecutor, Brian Keaty, took several cases of jobs that we were not able to finish and to procure, and he turned those into criminal cases against me, acting like a bill collector instead of a prosecutor. Over the next year, he filed 3 additional charges against me as criminal charges that should have only been civil charges. My attorney suggested that time was our friend in getting these cases settled. So we continued the cases, and the prosecutors, of course, continued the cases to prolong the case, obviously knowing that they had no chance of winning the case. Finally, after I waived all of my rights and elected to have a trial by judge, my cases were set to be heard on August 22nd of this year, 4 years after the first filing. After trying to continue in business for fear of walking away and having more cases filed against me, I finally filed bankruptcy in June of 2012. Ironically, after my bankruptcy, the assistant prosecutor who had been handling my case, Stephen Kretzer, who was also running for judge in Benton County, Missouri in the upcoming election, filed a new case for me on July 22nd of this year. The big ticket item here is we are 30 days out from trial, and I have never been convicted of a crime, hence the trial by judge option that I preluded to. I've made every court appearance from 2008 to 2012. The prosecutor with the charges listed and a new warrant for me in the amount of $175,000 cash-only bond. The only reason for that is so I would make a plea deal and admit to a criminal conviction prior to court. Through my efforts fighting this injustice, I came to discover that most prosecutors in America are dishonest or corrupt. They have no checks and balances and are free to move forward with any personal vendetta that they choose, especially if it helps get donations for their campaigns to become a judge. I have written a report that details the variety of techniques that the corrupt prosecutors use. I have reviewed many other cases over the past 4 years while I've waited for my timely trial, and have found in excess of thousands of cases. The best are even admitted by the prosecutor, Stephen Kretzer, in his campaign for judge. He states how his caseload is over 500 cases, but the real number is how many more people like me did he railroad into taking a plea deal to get back to their families. Prosecutors, law enforcement, and government officials are dishonest and commit crimes because they can get away with it. They essentially answer to no one. After 4 years of waiting for a trial date, with never having an option to meet or discuss with the prosecutor because of my pending cases, I've never had a chance to speak and display the truth. All the while, these cases show pending on the Missouri CaseNet file, and of course, the prosecutor has directed many business clients to the site when asked about my business in the county, as well as directing my competition to do the same. What do you think they see? Exactly what the prosecutor wants them to see, especially if you're not experienced to see that these cases have been pending for 4 years. Had there been a case, he would have for sure rushed for a trial instead of postponing the cases for 4 years. I've been doing everything I can think of to expose the rampant corruption in our county, but of course it is difficult with the unlimited powers of prosecution that the prosecution has. I am determined to inform Congress and whoever I need to that a change must be made with our judicial system, especially when it comes to the rampant prosecutors filing cases against innocent individuals and forcing them into becoming convicted criminals, all at the prosecutor's discretion. I am determined to educate our fellow Americans that our most fundamental rights have been stolen. I'm here today to insist that you enact the legislation because it's the only way to correct the dishonesty and the corruption that permeate our legal system and government. Permeate.